What up, man? It's your big brother K-Rino. Look, man, I want to go into something that I don't know how much this will be talked about, but I feel like it should blow up. This should really get out of control and blow up. And I know some of y'all gonna still have some issues with it in the details, but I don't care. Um, I don't do a lot of celebrity stuff, but I gotta talk about this. So the rapper Finesse2Tymes was at a studio session, and he was in the studio, and there was a lot of the homies there, the engineer there, and there was about 5 or 6 girls in the studio. Now, anybody that is familiar with the rap game, anybody, if you're not, let me familiarize you with how things can be sometimes, especially if you're a pretty big popular artist like Finesse2Tymes, man. Uh, sometimes there are drugs around. Sometimes there are women around. Sometimes there are entourage around. Sometimes there's money around. Sometimes all of that is around at the same time. But in this particular case, there were about 5 or 6 girls in the studio, and the context I'm getting, he was trying to verify these ages. One of them was a little suspect whether or not she was of legal age, and Finesse walks out of the studio for a second, and then when he walks out of the studio, the young lady was like almost trying to sell her legal age to the rest of the girls that was in there, and Finesse comes back and he's like, "Hey, everybody gotta go." He makes all of the young ladies leave out of the studio, and his follow-up words were, "Look, man, I got daughters, and I can't really get down. I can't go for that because I got daughters." So what he was doing in that moment, he was operating from two mindsets, possibly more, but the two that stand out to me. The first mindset was, I'm not going to get myself jammed up if one of these young ladies is lying about her age and then something takes place, or even if nothing takes place physically, just the environment could possibly put him in a place, in a space, in a situation that he doesn't need to be in. The second front, he's saying that, hey man, I got daughters. So he's visualizing his daughters being in that type of situation, and having that kind of being in that position. Is like, I would not want my daughters to be taken advantage of by somebody who may not think the way I think and have the respect to say, no, y'all girls got to go, especially if one of y'all are underage. And I said two, possibly three. The third front is to thinking about that young ladies, and all those young ladies, mothers and fathers. But in his case, particularly coming from the angle of the father, because there may be a father somewhere that does not know his daughter is sitting in a studio full of rappers with a possible willingness to do whatever. And that's just the reality of how things can go in this game sometimes. So he had the wherewithal to visualize all of those aspects, and the negative ramifications, the negative fallout that could occur from all of it. So I commend the brother. And I know a lot of y'all may say, this is where I was going to in the beginning. A lot of y'all might be like, well, man, that's messed up. You got all these women around you. Rappers always looking for groupies, and then yeah, that's true. That's the nature of the industry. That's the nature of it, and it happens. Um, and it's not gonna ever change. Just to be honest, which is gonna always be that way, because even when a rapper grows out of that, when they lose interest in that type of stuff, which a lot of rappers do. A lot of rappers grow up in this, man. I've been there, done that. I ain't really impressed by that. They grow out of it. But there's always younger ones coming up that type of environment, oh, it's brand new to me. It's wow, my first groupie situation. And some never grow out of it, just to be honest with you. So I commend the brother for doing what he did, even though a lot of people may still find, a way to still be critical. I just feel like we don't give enough credit in those situations, even though I know what y'all thinking, but if a man gets arrested, if a man gets caught smoked out and drugged out somewhere, if a man got pot on his nose, if a man is messing with an underage child, a little girl or something like that, these are things that we will, rightfully so, we will be in an uproar about, and we'll pounce on, and we'll make those things blown up publicly. But when somebody exercises some caution and in certain situations that could turn, view that as a lesson. View that as a lesson for all my young brothers and sisters coming up, to say, okay, yeah, man, everything ain't for you, and if it don't feel right, don't take the chance to try to see. I'm just gonna see. I'm gonna take that chance. No, don't take that chance. If it ain't feeling right, you feeling that way for a reason. Abort the mission, whatever the mission might have been, and always think about the people that are involved. Don't just think about yourself. Like he said, he thought about himself, but he also thought about his young daughters and these women being somebody else's daughters, and he thought about the parents of those, just the whole thing. Nothing good can come out of it, man. Nothing good can come out of it. So salute to that brother, man. And this should be curriculum. See, rappers coming to the game, they need to know this type of stuff. Like this type of stuff, these are the kind, this should be video curriculum that's shown. Like, hey man, you in the game, you popping, you got a hit single, everybody, all they on you. Let me show you this. Scenarios of how you handled this situation. What would you do in this situation? Pause the tape. What would I do? Oh man, I'm going back to the hotel. She has no verification of her age. What would you do in that situation? See, so these are lessons that men, just not just artists, not just being in the music business, just men and women need to know.